Hello and good evening, guys. And some about database, I will give short term of a brief introduction about me. My name is Satyasiba Sundar Maharana, and recently I've studied in a School of Management of NIT Club. And my presentation is given database. Is actually how we can find, how we can define database in our MIS in Managerial Information System and how can utilize that in to progress our lifestyle. How I recently said that how we can utilize database in our information system. So before going towards that utilization, we have to follow some certain procedures about database. So the database, we will go through the table of contents that what we will cover up about database and how that will be a part of the database and how we can utilize that these parts in our database system. That what is database? Number one, we'll cover about what is database. Number two, we'll cover about originations and examples of database, different structures and functions of database, applications of database in sectors, advantages of database, limitations of database. So one by one, from starting, number one, we'll go what is database. Here is a brief introduction about database. A database is a collection of related data or information that is stored in a computer system. So we can say that our primary storage or main storage hard disks, how that collected our information and storage in their primary storage bugs. That is all about what is database. Then we will discuss about that why it is called so and where does the database word originate from. Uh, Actually, the term was database and it was coined by workers in military information systems to denote collections of data shared by end users of time sharing computer systems. Earlier military base, while there is a not developed so much information technology uses and while they started using their military secret operational data in their computer storage, so they used to call it at database. So after that we'll go for the and while when the word about database used first, the term relational database was invented by E.F. Code at IBM in 1970. Code introduced the term in his research paper, a relational model of data for large shared data banks. Uh, Database, we all say recently that database is coined by military base system and the database used first in 1970. Uh, After uses of that database grown up and nowadays we all see that how database is widely using for storage their information. Existence of database in a computer, basically primary storage, also known as main storage for memory in the area in which data is stored for quick access for computer processor using software tools. And then examples of database software we are using in our organization to storage or to collect access some database we have stored earlier. That is some examples of popular database software or DBMS include MySQL, Microsoft Access, Microsoft SQL Server, File Maker Pro, Oracle database, and DBase. Then we'll go for different structure and functions of database. A data structure is a specialized format for organizing, processing, retrieving, and storing data. That's what is that all meaning is that a data structure is a part of database which is utilized to represent to complete a brief analysis about the whole database, that how that data functions, and how can the data get access utilizing basic informations. There are several basic and advanced types of data structures, all designed to arrange data to suit a specific purpose. Data structures make it easy for users to access and work with the data they need in appropriate ways. How I recently said that data structure is a brief graphical structure where it get easy for us to access the information in a code way. Within a database, related data are grouped into tables, each of which consists of rows, also called as tuples, and columns like a spreadsheet, such as MX Excel sheet. That is also part of our database. That is a software tool which can access to our database for collecting the data functions of Excel sheet in a database. It consists of three major sections, all followed by below points to complete an Excel sheet data structure respectively. That how a Excel sheet used through these major sections, followed by field, table and record, from where we can acknowledge about some specific data, that what type of data is present there, and that data is belongs to which field. This black column is denotes a field of a data, that in which field that data belongs to. Uh, there are a number of students who are belongs to class 10, and their subject is math, English, biology, chemistry, physics, and the marks are respectively 80, 65, and different data are present over here. And the fold color titles were present in top of the rows, that is called as our field. And again, if we're looking for the green notation and a green cover row, that will be for our table, and the serial number which are mentioned 1 2 as a 1 2 3 4 5, that is it is maintained our record of the table. So this is all over about our Excel sheet database, that how the software is for to access, and how this saved our data, and how can we access this in later to get our data. The second example is binary tree for data structure, where this basically companies and organizations are using these data structures to recognize this data structure, and this data structure actually demonstrate that a organization is a partisans of a parent and a child. This essence actually this data structure is basically demonstrate a organization is belongs to a parent, and their and except apart from that, whatever whoever is present in their organization, in that organization, that organize and that those are belongs to childrens. So tree, this tree, this is called binary tree for data structure, and this tree represents the nodes connected by edges. Then we will go for the applications of database. In different organizations, manufacturing companies make products and sell them on daily basis. To keep records of all those details, DBM is used in their manufacturing site. But from that, railway reservation system is also using this DBMS to store their data. and to secure their data or airlines reservation system also also need DBMS to record the flight arrival, departures, and delay status. All IT companies are also using this, Facebook, Google, etc. Uh, Advantages, how much we get benefits or advantages from this database in this digital India world. A database management system helps improve in organizational security, integration, balance and performance, improved data sharing and data security. This is improving our security and data sharing through a secured path. Effective data integration, consistent, reliable data that complies with privacy regulation, increased productivity, better decision making. These all are advantages what we get from database using in database. And we'll see that what are the limitations of database, what we can't get, or what we can't afford to make a database from the beginning. Most costly, it can't, it is so expensive. Creating and managing a database is quite costly, high complexity. Database handling staff required. Definitely, organization required their staffs to maintain their organization. Just similar like that, database is also required to process their data to secure the data. They also require some staffs to process that database failure. And while their database get failure, they have to also take care about that how will that database didn't get failure again, how high hardware cost, and this cost how we said in the beginning that this is more costly, hardware cost. This is also takes so much cost for database, a huge size. This takes a huge area to establish a database center, a data center. Operation cost of data conversation, and now we reached the last of the part, last but not the least. This is all about today's session about our database. And thank you guys for giving your priceless time to listening my PPT about database. And thank you. This is all my from my side.